Hey y'all, it's Dim here, and I'm back again. This time I thought I'd go ahead and give some confirmed matchups that are gonna happen on my new Versus show, Dimensional Brawl. Yes, please note that this template is in an early stage, and I probably won't have a link to it yet. But yeah, let's go ahead and show y'all the matchups. So for the first one, we have Luigi versus the main four animatronics for the first FNAF game. Those being Freddy, Bonnie, Chica, and Foxy. I think this could have a unique thing as it could have Luigi just more trying to survive than actual fighting. Then we have Baldi versus Happy Happy, with them both just being corrupt teachers that want to go ahead and get rid of you in the end. I think this is also pretty neat, and definitely the best for Baldi, since he has a lot of bad matchups. So this is easily the best. We have Smith versus Miles. Since I'm not gonna be able to do the Versus trailer, I thought I may as well have it happen on my show. We have The Cat in the Hat versus Mary Poppins. I just think it's neat as it's both characters who have to take care of misbehaved kids and end up teaching them valuable lessons that come back. Both in the Mary Poppins sequel, Mary Poppins Returns, and Cat in the Hat Comes Back respectively. Yeah. Then we have Kermit versus Elmo, which is one of my favorite matchups. And it could be done super well characterization-wise. And these two have a lot more abilities than you may think. Then we have Bugs Bunny versus Woody Woodpecker. This was always my personal preferred for Bugs, but I know Mickey Mouse is objectively better. I think these two could have a lot of witty banter and cool cartoony action. Moving on, we have Papyrus versus Sokka, which I think is a super underrated matchup in my opinion. It's not Papyrus's or Sokka's best, but come on, the banter is literally perfect. Because Sokka is a human, and Papyrus was humans, so the banter kind of writes itself. We have SpongeBob versus Ronald McDonald, the best for both, in my opinion. And I think these two could, I don't know, I just think it's neat. Then we have Sonic the Hedgehog versus Crash Bandicoot. It's a final for both, in my opinion. And I think Sonic could have some pretty funny banter against Crash and his intellect. We have Mewtwo versus Shadow the Hedgehog, another Sonic matchup. It's obviously the best for both, and I at least want to make this better than what Deathbound did, which was terrible. So I just want to get above terrible, I guess, which isn't very hard to do. We have Annoying Orange versus SMG4 Mario. Don't really know the connections besides them both being extremely annoying. And usually with Annoying Orange matchups, his opponents would sort of end up being their opponents would sort of end up being disrespected. But with SMG4 Mario, that doesn't really apply as he's meant to be very annoying. And yeah. Then we have the Pea Shooter versus Red from Angry Birds. Just the biggest mobile games back in the day. It's gonna be very awesome. We have Starman versus Mr. Beast. I don't know, guys. I just found this matchup somewhere, and it's just perfect. Like, I don't know what you guys want anymore. We have Lightning McQueen versus Blaze from Blaze of the Monster Machines. Basically, just Lightning McQueen versus Thomas, but if Thomas wasn't stuck on tracks, and these two could still have great banter, and they could also just be racing as well. We have Red Mist Squidward versus Mouse.avi, and I'm not calling Mouse.avi the other thing for obvious reasons. This could be really, really dark, and I guess just be really creepy in a way. We have Bendy versus Huggy Wuggy from Poppy Playtime. I'm pretty sure that these two are just monsters that are from an abandoned factory that was very popular, and now they sort of just want revenge by killing the main character. I don't know, I think it could be kinda interesting. We have Goku versus Ryu. More of the composite for fairness sake. Yeah, I think this could be very hype. And that's really about it. We have the Grinch versus Jack Skellington. These two could have some very witty banter. They could sort of go up the Grinch's mountain. Maybe just the Grinch trying to be as rude as possible, while Jack is just trying to convince the Grinch to not steal Christmas. That could be very neat. We have Mike Wazowski versus Judy Hopps. This is another one, my personal favorite matchups. I think this does beat out composite Mike Wazowski versus composite Deku. I know, real tragedy, but that matchup's really just alright anyways. And yeah. We have Pac-Man versus Felix the Cat. My favorite alternative for Pac-Man, and that's really about it again. We have Winnie the Pooh from Blood and Honey versus this thing from the Banana Splits movie. Just sort of corrupt versions of characters that used to be silly and fun, but now are now bloodlust. I think it could be a pretty neat, joke horror MU. We have Billy from the Thundermans versus Dash from the Incredibles, which is sort of an original matchup I made, with both of them being speedsters of a superhero family that has to go undercover for legal reasons, with these two both wanting to run track at one point, but were not able to, but end up sort of getting over that in the end. Oh, and Billy, it was really for one episode, but I don't know. I think this should be really awesome and a quick speedster battle. We have Luffy versus Plastic Man. Just comedic guys that stretch their limbs. Much better than Mr. Fantastic for Plastic Man. We have Finn versus Toon Link. Don't remember the connections, but it seems pretty neat. The Imposter versus Ghostface. Favorite alternative for Imposter. Maybe not the best for Ghostface, but this could be really creepy and awesome. We have Jimmy the Great versus Genie Jafar. Just sort of evil genie warpers that are red. It could be really chaotic and fun. And for the last one, Paper Mario versus Lego Sonic. Don't remember the connections, but it seems pretty cool. Well, with that said, those are all of my matchups. Just please leave a like, and I'll see y'all later. Peace.